Hello, everybody, and welcome to Caitlin Clark's Crossover. Got a good show for you today, as usual. No diverse opinions. That didn't go over well last week. Anyways, Rob is going to be here today as one of the guest panelists. D. Pope B. Frank, and maybe, not sure, his kids are sick, maybe Act Nation. So we'll have either 2 or 3 panelists. They'll be here any minute, hopefully. I don't know about DePope B. Frank. He hasn't been on time in his first 2 appearances. But I'm sure Rob will be here by that time. How's everybody doing today? If you got, let me get the comments. Let me see the comments. Should Mark cross-dress for the crossover? I don't know. I don't really look. I got like bow legs. I don't look that good in a dress. So, anyways, how's everybody doing tonight? I got some highlights from Caitlin Clark's game against Michigan that someone mentioned in one of the comments in our video the other day when she played. I got like a minute and a half where she played Michigan and they were losing. They only had 7 people because they were sick with COVID, and she started dropping bombs. 2 of them were super logo threes. Who's on today? Rob, my co-host, is going to be in the forum. DePope B. Frank, and maybe Act Nation. I don't know. We'll see. Act Nation's daughters are sick, or at least one of them sick. So Rosalina's on Monday night. Don't worry. Most of them don't want to be on twice a week. Hang on, someone just asked me a question somewhere. And Rob should be. The Michigan game was great, right. Hang on, someone had sent me something important from. Why is it doing this to me? It won't let me read the message. Yeah, so DePope, he said he would be on time. So I don't know what this story is. Okay, I give up. Anyway, I'll have to check it later. Speak about Sabrina Ionescu in the Philippines. I saw that. I thought that was cheap. She was getting covered by a high school boy, I guess you call him, because he's at high school, and he charged into him and then threw the ball at him like he didn't do anything wrong. So I have some fresh questions, but I'm going to repeat some questions so you can get opinions of Rob and DePope on some questions that I think are questions that people want to hear answers to anyways. Is it? Oh, what can I say? You guys will live. Thank you, Tina. There he is. Hey, what's up?
What's happening, man?
How are you? Waiting for DePope and Rob. If they both show up and you got to take care of your daughter, no problem. I can do it with two people. So we got some sad news in the sports world. He was off. This show is based on the sports reporters, and he was often on the show, and he was one of my favorites. He did like 46 books, and 2 of them were #1 New York Times bestsellers. John Feinstein died at age 69. He was often on the sports reporters. One of my favorites. I didn't read his books, but he wrote a famous book called A Season on the Brink about Bobby Knight, basketball coach. Their undefeated season. He also had a famous book on golf called A Good Walk Spoiled. And he died today at age 69. He was on the sports reporters. He wrote 48 books. 43 of them made the New York Times bestseller list. 2 of them were #1. And he was a good guy from what I can tell. And he had intelligent views on the sports reporters. So that's sad.
John Feinstein. Yo, he was
Yeah,
yeah, he's
it
really
didn't say
good.
why he died, but it could have been cancer. I don't know. I hate it when I
Man.
see a really great sports writer. Rob says, "Where's my invite?" I sent you. I sent him. I sent him one. Okay, I'll have to send him another one. I sent it. Okay. Okay. I sent another one.
Damn.
Sorry about
John
that. I sent one
Feinstein.
to Rob. I remember sending it to him, and I remember just making sure there was 3 sent when I sent it out. Anyways, I will show you. Let's see. I guess Hey, DePope. Hey, Frank. How are you?
Hey,
We're just
Mark, Act Right Nation.
What's up, man?
Solutions.
Crack.
Rob didn't send a link, but I did. Don't hear in a second. Why do I have a...
What's up, chat?
Why is that?
None.
Okay.
What's up with you?
Echo.
Man, I made it on time, man. I'm glad I made it on time with you brothers. Last week I missed,
Okay.
and I seen you had to go right when I was coming up. You was tired of old boy who whatever his name is was on here. You was tired of his stuff. So I didn't even get a chance to parlay with Act Nation, man. So I'm glad I made it on time today.
Okay.
Dude, wow, man. Wow, man.
We got some echo. What's causing
echo? Yeah, somebody got echo.
Hold on, let me check mine.
Yeah,
This must be me.
Want to check what you guys got going? We didn't have echo before the Pope got here. Are you there? I didn't turn you off. Let's see. It says that am I echoing? I'm not echoing anymore.
No, you're good. You're
right.
gravy.
So I went to my settings. What about now? We still echoing?
No. I guess it went away. No echo anymore?
Nah, you good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we mentioned John Feinstein died. He was a famous author. He used to be in sports reporters all the time. Also in the news, Duke won, but Cooper Flagg hurt his ankle, and he may be out for a while. So that's a big deal.
What do you mean a while? Like, what do you mean a while?
Well, they don't think he's going to play tomorrow. He think he's not like out for the NCAA tournament, but he might not play.
Oh, well, that's good.
He
can rest.
He might not play in the NCAA tournament. He wasn't having a great shooting game. He was like 1 for 7, but he had 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block in 15 minutes.
Cooper do his work in that late coming stages. He really go to work in that second half. When did he get hurt? Actually, what half?
15 minutes in, so in the first half.
Exactly. Cooper get cooking, but defensively, and his presence just on the court, defensively, offensively, the attention he draw. Yeah, he's a
great all-around player. He's way beyond his years. He's really only a high school senior, although he had a late birthday, so he's kind of like a half a year.
Oh, he reclassified for this class.
I sent it to you twice. I sent it this morning, and I sent it to you now.
Yeah, he reclassified. He moved. He's supposed to be a senior, but he said, "I'm nah."
Well, they used to call it graduating early. Now they call it reclassified. So I don't know. It's the same thing.
What do you think about Gilbert Arenas' son?
What happened to Gilbert Arenas' son?
Nicety. Very, very nicety.
Nicety?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he nice. That's nice and nasty mixed in together at the same time. Rob, what up?
What did you guys see the highlight with Sabrina Ionescu where
she
drove into the guy and then threw the ball at him? Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what's up?
Definitely.
I thought that was cheap of her. Like what's going on? She looks really bad in that video. The guy was Rob. You would have liked. Did you see it? The guy, the high school kid, was playing really good defense. He moved his feet real well. He stayed in front of her, and she didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me when I played defense on this guy really tight. He was like leading scorer, and I was shutting him down. He got mad at me. He shoved me. I started laughing.
It was
wow.
It was pretty bad. So at the end of this hour, I'm going to play the highlights from Caitlin Clark's game against Michigan when there was only 7 people. I got a minute and a half highlights of 4 bombs that she dropped, all within a couple minutes of a game. I'll play that for you. But we'll get going with the questions. If Rob's ready. Rob's
I'm
frozen
ready. Godzilla. Japan, baby.
Okay. So the first question is, do you think in the near future the Fever will become the women's version of America's team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Most definitely.
That was too easy, right?
Yeah, that was easy.
Not only do I think they'll be America's team, I think they'll be more popular than Dallas in proportion to their sport. I think they'll be like everything, basically. They're going to take
I think so. I think they already are America's team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a darling. She's America's sweetheart.
That's right.
You don't see Dallas Cowboy players get signed up through free agency or trade, and the fans go buy their jerseys out immediately. It's only an extra small left. I mean, who's gonna wear that?
Right.
No, and you don't see her show up with the Yankees, and the Yankees superstars were in awe of her. That was pretty funny. So yeah, I think they're gonna, and especially what would happen if they signed Nafisa Collier as a free agent sometime in the future. The league might be over with if Lisa Collier's still in her peak.
Yeah.
So anyways, all right, so that was an easy question. So I wanted to get you guys going light. All right, my next question is, who do you think will be the starting 5 for the Fever, and what do you think the rotation will be on most nights? And you can change it depending on whether you think they're playing a guard-heavy team or forward-heavy team in terms of whether or not you think the rotation will be or what the starting 5 would be. We'll let DePope to go first. How's that?
Okay. Appreciate that, fellas. I got, of course, Caitlin Clark at the PG, 2 guard, Kelsey Pistol Mitchell. At the 3, you got DeWanna Mama Bomber. At the 4, Natasha Howard, of course. And then the 5 is Aaliyah Boston. But I think when it comes down to the come down, I think they're going to do small ball lineup and put DeWanna Mama Bonner at the 4, Sophie Trophy gun in hand, Cunningham at the 3, Kelsey Pistol Mitchell 2, Caitlin Clark 1, Natasha Howard 5. And that's that small ball, fast lineup. Everybody can shoot. Is
you think you're going to do that a lot?
Yeah, it's going to be ouchie. Yeah, that's going to be the ouchie lineup. That's going to be.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Rob, what do you think? And you can change it. Like I said, if you think they have like a forward-heavy team,
I agree with you at the page. And then, coming off the bench, you got Cunningham, the speed, rebounding. And, I totally agree with almost exactly what I was going to say. There's a nice little small lineup there because they're going to be running. So I just like it that they're going to have at least 9 players that can get out there and run.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a 10-person rotation. So we'll see what happens. What do you think, Ack?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is pretty much what it's going to be. I think the big question is who's going to be the first one off the bench.
Sophie Cunningham, probably.
That's easy work. That's easy. Yeah.
Lexi might be pushed back.
She's the best player that's often not starting.
She in immediate. Look, she gonna be in immediately.
Yeah, she'll be in. Well, she'll be in within
exactly
4 or 5 minutes.
She gonna give DeWanna Mama the captain because she gonna be captain of the squad too, along with Caitlin. DeWanna Mama gonna need a break immediately. Come on out real quick, and then Kelsey or Natasha will throw DeWanna Mama right back in, give her 2-3 minutes, not a long break, 2-3 minutes, then. Put DeWanna Mama Bonner in for either Natasha Howard because she up long in the tooth too. Put DeWanna at the 4, Sophie at the, and then you throw Lexi in, bring Kelsey Pistol Mitchell out. Now you got the white chicks in the backcourt with Sophie, Lexi, Caitlin.
Oh, white chicks.
And then you got you know what I'm saying, and DeWanna Mama Bonner, and then probably throw DeMontis Darius and take AB on soft.
I want to thank you guys for inviting me to be on your show today. As the only white person. So, anyways, Anyone else want to
we
comment
have
on
like one today.
for the team? Okay, well, I think people are worried about Leah Boston because she's slow and out of shape, seems at times. But I'm not as concerned as other people are because I think they have depth right now, and she's not going to play 35 minutes a game. And I think what's going to happen is last year some of the teams didn't even go for the rebound, so the other three people can all run, and Leah Boston, Caitlin Clark can get the rebound, and they can just go up court. She won't have to run. Let the other three people run because everybody else can run except for Dantas, and her and Dantas will switch back and forth.
I like Marion Hill's Marlon Hill. I like your comment. Well, Lexi and Sophie are pretty interchangeable. I get you.
Interchangeable. I won't touch that one. I'll keep it a family show. But anyways, if you have a question, let me know. If you highlight it with a dollar bill, it really would help. Then I could find it easier.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Super chat.
It's hard to. Okay. So my first question is, how many games do you think the Fever would have won last year if a quality coach like Stephanie White was the coach instead of Christy Sides? And I have some follow-up questions to that, but that's the first question I want to ask. And I have a reason for asking that first. How many games do you think they would have won if like Stephanie White was the coach instead of Christy Sides last year?
For me, Mark, if I can go first, I definitely think they would have won at least 10 or 15 more games. Easy.
Woo! 10 or 15?
I'm being nice. I'm being nice to her.
He said they would be 35-5.
Wait.
Yeah, I'll go.
10
yeah,
or 15?
I'll probably go 30. I hear you, AK.
30 and 10.
Rob, how come you're so dark? And I'm not making a joke. You're kind of.
Oh yeah, he did say 15.
Excuse me?
He did say 10 or 15.
What? Come so dark. See? That's why
your face is darker.
What's up with that?
So what do you guys think? How many more games they would have won if they had a real coach?
I say I could say 6 or 7, 6 or 7 games. I mean, and that puts them at like 27. Let's just say 7 games, 27 games. That's a really good season. Yeah, it's tough to win when you playing the same teams over and over again. That league is so small. You playing the same 2 teams and they all know each other and they all rough and stuff like that. You're not like somebody said next year they're gonna go win 30-something games, 35 games next year. That was you, right, Mark? Last week. They're not going. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Let's. Okay,
DePope, what do you think for how many games they would have won?
I'm gonna go at least 8 to 9.
Okay.
I'm almost up there with Rob. I'm gonna be in the middle.
I think they won. They lost 6 close games, so I'm going around 6, maybe 5. But keep that in mind now when I ask you the next question. That you guys already think they were a team with that limited roster that you thought they could have won 25 to 45 games, according to Rob. So how many games do you think they're going to win this year? I know AK Nation said last week he's going for 30 and 14. So AK Nation 30 and 14. What do you guys think?
I got 30 also, like I said.
Right, 30 and 14 for Rob too. Okay, what do you think, DePope? This year?
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Oh, I got 40 and whatever and no.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna be shocked if we lose a game. I got 44 and 0. They added 4 more games.
Okay. You and Rob don't know how to limit your numbers a little bit.
Yeah,
we got extremes. Rob's having been 41 and 0 last year.
Never lost.
I think 30. I think 30.
Watch out, he's going to tie you down to see. He's going to try to tie you down.
I think 30 is definitely too low. If they were 20, let's say they were 25 and 15, 26 and 14, they could win 75% this year. That's 33 and 11. I think they're going to win 33, maybe up to 35 games. They're going to win. I don't see 30. Their team is way better. Their coach is way better. They'll probably get a better whistle this year. I know they're going to start a little slow because they got a gel and the teams are all gunning for them. But I don't know. I can see them win 75% of the games.
That is 75 or 60. Yeah, I got 60.
33 and 11.
Why I say 30 because other teams. Yeah, I mean,
man, these are the monsters.
The other teams didn't sit around. They improved too. So
the Indiana Fever, we don't even we we don't want to admit it yet because we got to see it on. We got to see it, right? We got to see it.
I get that. I'm just. This is
I understand
yeah.
that.
You can
But
change it.
For real. I'm
going to ask this question after the 3 preseason games again, just so you know, since we have a show every week. After the 3 preseason games, I'm going to ask this question like the week before the
That's
week
good.
Before.
That's fine and dandy.
I think it's going to be around.
I'm witnessing is
I'm at 33 to 35, depending on how they look in preseason. So they look great in preseason. I'm going with 35.
I want the Pope. I want you to bet the house on that at 40.
I'm going to put my ticket in. I'm going to put in a hot 100 on that.
Okay.
All right. On that. You're going to let it ride. It hit. But I'm saying, because listen, in women's college basketball, right? I know it's not women's college basketball, but what they play like 30 all total. It's about 36, 40 some games total. Like if you go all the way to the national title, win the national title. Mm-hmm. Right? And don't they play about like 40 some games, 40 around there, roughly around there.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes they got teams that go undefeated because they just that much better than everybody. You had a lot of UConn teams go undefeated. South Carolina went undefeated, so on and so forth. So
okay. So I got another.
I look at the Indiana Fever like the dominant UConn squad and all of them because I'm telling you, they all gonna make each other better. They all gonna have their best season, just like Kelsey Pistol Mitchell had her best season playing with Caitlin Clark last year. Mm-hmm. Those girls, DeWanda Mama, Natasha Howard, it's gonna coexist all together, and they all gonna play defense. So
okay.
They're
in their 30s. They're in their 30s. We have to call them women. They're in their 30s. Let's call them women. They're not girls.
Okay, yeah.
I hear what you're saying because it's going to take
college players. Maybe you say girls.
It's going to take time for them to gel, like you said. The Pope. But I mean,
they're in the gym right now.
Once they gel, they're going to be, like I said, they're going to be unstoppable once they get going because they got Caitlin Clark. They can't wait to say woo. And Caitlin Clark, like we had that video, she's free at last. They break the chains off of her. She's free at last. She's going to be
free at last. Okay, so here's my next question. It's a yes or no question, and if it's no, you can expand on it. First question is, will the Fever win the title?
Yes.
AK, yes. Pope?
Yeah.
Rob, yes or no?
Yeah, yes.
No, 40, I said they'll make the finals.
No, I mean, is that a no or a yes?
Yes, of course.
They said yes. I said yes. Rob?
They're going to make the finals.
Now you got to say yes or no. That's the rules.
Okay, they're going to win it. They're going to win it.
All right. It's okay. So I'm going to win it. All right. So I'm saying yes also, and I'm actually saying they're going to win 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, and they're going to beat the Lynx in the finals, and the Lynx and the Liberty are going to play each other in semifinals. I don't know who the Fever is going to play in the semifinals. Whoever comes in fourth.
Probably Aces. They're going to play the Aces.
Maybe. I don't know who's going to come in fourth. I just know the Liberty and the Lynx seem to be the best competition for them. And the Liberty's probably going to be hungry, so they're going to be. I mean, the Lynx are going to be hungry, so they're probably going to beat the Liberty.
You can't give Caitlin Clark no team like this, man. Caitlin Clark has led the
3-star recruits.
You can't give her no scores and smart players.
Yeah,
you can't do. She took Iowa 2 stars, 3 stars. Led the league in assists on top of scoring, giving it, making elevating boo-boo play. I don't mean to call y'all boo-boo. I love y'all girls.
I know you can't.
Taking 2 stars, 3 stars to the national title back-to-back, 3 Big Ten championships. You can't give her no players? She about to destroy everybody. You're going to see the best of Caitlin Clark come 2025. We ain't even seen this. We ain't even seen what we're about to see.
Hot boys like Rob, they'll be in the finals. You got to say whether they're going to win the finals or not. That's a wimpy pick. You either got to say they're going to win the finals or not win the finals. So otherwise, you're making 2 predictions at once, and that's not allowed here.
I didn't see no rules up here. Wait, I don't see no rules. I don't see no rules.
I set the rules, Rob.
So no, you try to put me on. You try to put me on trial. Try to pin me down. This ain't no court. You just asked me who. I said go to the finals. Okay.
Rob, you can go first. What do you think Caitlin Clark's numbers will be this year? You did pretty good last year.
Well, last year we were right on point last year, but I think her scoring might go down a little. I have her being about maybe 20. I got her like 24, 25 for points. And for rebounds, I'll put her at assists, and I'll put her at 6 for rebounds. And for assists, she's going to be double every game. She's going to be at least 15 or at least 13. She's going to be double figures every game with assists.
What's her average going to be, Rob?
Pardon?
What's the average? What do you think she's going to average in assists?
Oh, probably about 15.
Okay.
She's going to be.
All right.
They talk about the double-double with Andrew Reese. This is the real double with the assists.
All right, let's go with Ack Nation next.
Like kind of like on the last question where you was talking about when the Pope was saying that she got a lot of players. I think one thing about those players that you say were 3 stars or substandard weren't the best at Iowa. One thing about them, though, is they looked for Caitlin and they set good screens and they knew their role and they held their screens and they rolled like everything they did was crisp and perfect and top notch because they weren't 5 stars. And they white girls, so they play a different game. This team, I'm looking at this. Hold on, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this roster. Hold on. I'm looking at this roster. I'm looking at this roster on the Indiana Fever website, man. And I only see 3 white faces, man. And I see a bunch of black girls who play a different style of game. They don't play that cerebral led, because when you don't have the athletic ability, when you're just not naturally quick twitch and can jump and all that stuff, you have to play. Not when I say smarter, you have to play the angles. You have to go for every loose ball. You have to dig out every loose ball. You have to box out soon as the ball goes up. You don't look for the ball. You look for the man. Because you know that you need that little advantage because you can't jump as high.
Right.
And those girls at Iowa, if you watch the games, they were busting their humps. They was rolling when they pick and rolled. I mean, when they set, you see the way Indiana set picks last year? It was horrible.
No, they didn't know how to
those
set
girls at Iowa,
they
set them picks.
Man, come on,
they hold them.
Speak.
So what are your numbers?
I think that hold on. Listen, I'm about getting to that. What I'm saying is,
right now. Let the
man. I didn't get to answer the last question.
Show, AKA, so you know.
Hold on, I didn't get to answer the last question, but so I'm just putting both together. So I think that the Pope may think that these more athletic girls is going to make Caitlin better, but I think they're going to compete with her. And thus, I think her numbers are going to be pretty much the same as next year. The only one that'll go up is the assist.
Okay.
How much? Come on now. Give us a number.
Go ahead.
11. I say 11 assists a game.
11 of them things? Okay.
Yeah.
11?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, Ack, you just cooked up a nice hot one right there. That was a very hot take, my friend. I might have to say that right there.
Thank you.
Because everything was very accurate. It was on point. It made all the sense in the world. But what I'm looking at with these girls on our team now, the DeWanda Mama Bonner, she's not trying to go for an MVP candidate situation. She just want to win a chip and be a part of this experience of the Indiana Fever. I think she want to go along for the ride and do everything necessary because she see the type of player Caitlin Clark is.
You're 37. You just won a title. That's what you want.
And then I think Natasha Howard, same thing for her. These are two players who are they very efficient players, and they don't never try to play outside themselves. You know what I mean? Like overly do it, try to do too much. See, if we had a ball, if they was ball dominant, then I can see what you're saying. Then you got Sophie Cunningham, who she already said, I'm here to do whatever to make Caitlin look great. She sounds like one of them Iowa girls, right?
Right.
So that's going to also feed off to everybody. And what Lisa Bluter be saying, I'm sure she might be in the building. Hey, as Caitlin shine, we all shine. And I think DeWanda Mama Bomber is already kind of knows that. You know what I mean? I think Kelsey Pistol Mitchell, she picked up on it last year. First, she fought against it early in the – she started – if you think about it, she started even like some interviews, she was like, "Hey, my job is easy. I just spot up, shoot threes. I cut to the hole when I need to cut." Sometimes she'll go back to trying to do a little too much. I feel what you're saying, but she did button it. She played much better with Caitlin the second half than she did the first half, trying to kind of fight against it, right? And so I think the more she signed back, because I think now it's even a better understanding between her and a better chemistry between her and Caitlin Clark. So I think the floor is going to be so spread open for Caitlin Clark to where now that blitzing, all that blitzing, being the most blitz player in the league, more than all the teams combined, that's out the door. And all that Gardner 54 feet, that's out the door, because you can't help side no more. It's so much. The defense is going to have to respect everybody.
What's going to happen to Pope is that they're going to not have her bring the ball up the court all the time. So now they can free her up for some back screens. And I want her to post up more, So if she doesn't have the ball in her hand, she can run the court and get her shot.
I think they're going to look for her too. I really do. I think DeWanna Bonner's going to look for her. I know Sophie going to look for her.
I want to ask Rob a question. Rob, doesn't she have to learn to turn around jumper first before she posts up like that? She
has it. I saw her a couple of games. She has it.
All right.
I saw she can do it.
No, I think it's great. I mean, Michael Jordan didn't have that till halfway through his career. Turnaround jumper before he really perfected it.
I saw her a couple of games.
I got her at 25 easy, 12 assists. Good 7-8 rebounds.
Okay.
I got it.
Here's my thing. Let me just ask this question, Mark, before you move on.
We're not gonna move on because I haven't given my numbers yet. But go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, we don't care about your numbers. We don't. It's only you only ask the questions, Mark.
I got him right last year. I said 20, 10, and 6. Let's look up here. 19.2, 5.7. And 8.4. The only one that wasn't rounded up to that number was 8.4, and that's because her teammates dropped the ball so much and missed layups. So I think she's going to take about the same number of shots, but look at her shooting percentage. That's not her shooting percentage next year. She's going to be about 4.45 or 0.455, and she's going to shoot about 38% from three. So she's going to score more points because she's going to take the same number of shots but have a higher shooting percentage. So she's going to average around 22 points this year, even though I don't think she's going to take any more shots because she's got more talent. And rebounds are probably about the same. It's unclear to me whether the other team's going to concede the rebound or not. Assists will be at least 10. I'd say she's going to shoot for 10 in her head. She's going to average at least 10 and a half assists. And her shooting percentage is all going to go up. The free throws percentage probably going to be the same. And minutes are probably going to go down a little bit.
Let me slip in real quick before you change the question.
Go ahead.
AK, you were talking about how the white chicks play. I coached basketball for 13 years out in California, and most of my teams were white. I had the white girls, and they turned to play like the way I play, as we say, black. So I had the combination of both. I had the cerebral, like you said. They played tough like the sisters did because I was coaching them. So it was kind of neat. They picked up. That's what I think with Sophie. Sophie, she knows that she's a West Coast girl. She knows how she'll play that ball. They have no fear. They have no fear.
That Cali ball is a little bit faster paced, but yeah.
She a Midwestern.
What I want to know is how many points a game do you guys think the Fever are going to average as a team? What they average 84 last year?
Yeah, someone asked me a question. Someone said, "Where were your predictions last year?" They're on video. Go watch our early videos.
Yeah, they're on video. We got them on video.
On video like 3 times.
Yeah, we have it on video.
People are thinking of making
sorry,
that
Sophie's from Missouri. Sorry. So Midwest girl. Nice.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she do noodling. She do noodling for catfish.
Sophie's from Missouri? Okay.
Correct.
Anyways, say that question again. I'm sorry.
Oh, you wanted to know how many points
the team is going to average? How much do you think the team is going to average?
I think they're going to average close to 100 points.
Oh, yeah, easy. 105, actually. I think they're going over.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be in the hundreds.
They going over, man. Do you see who they got? Or do we kidding ourselves? Listen, DeWanna Mama Bomber is just that.
We love that name.
Cunningham is just that. We shooting lights out.
I just want to point out something. People keep worried about the fact that when they're growing, they're going to get tired. Some of the players are older. The other team has to run too. And the other team doesn't have as much depth as the Fever. So the Fever are at an advantage. I think they have more depth than the other teams.
And the fact that they'll make their shots, like you said, Mark, last year they didn't know how to handle Caitlin's passes. All these girls know how to handle passes. That's why they came to the Fever. They want to play with Caitlin Clark. So like, hey, like you said, Bonner doesn't need her trophy, but she's like, I want to have some fun. I mean, when you play basketball, you want to have fun too. So with Caitlin Clark, you better keep your head on the swivel. You're going to get hit in the head with a pass.
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything about her numbers before I ask the next question? No. Okay.
I just think that when you're talking about 100 and 105, I'm looking at it at last year, and the Aces, they averaged 86, and they seemed like such a machine. And I was shocked to see that they only averaged 86 because they was a fluid machine up and down the court, boom, boom, boom. And they only averaged 86 points a game. So the Fever gonna have to score 15 more points than that. That's tough, man. I don't know. I just want y'all to know what 100 points look like in a WNBA game.
I'm not saying 100. I'm saying close to 100. I don't think they're going to get over 100. I think
I think that's easy, man.
But
we'll see. We'll see
what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're gonna be much better.
So
So,
anyways, the playoffs are this year. They're going to go best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, which is very uneven. For example, the NBA and the NHL always play best of 7 every round. Major League Baseball, once they get to 8 teams, play best of 5, best of 7, best of 7. This makes no sense to me. What format would you recommend for the WNBA right now in terms of the playoffs? How many games per round? Right now it's going to be 3, 5, 7.
Make it 5, 5, 7. It's easy. 5, 5, 7.
That's what I think. What do you guys think?
I could do 3, 5, 5 because that first series is the only thing I have a problem with, and I can't believe they didn't fix it. Like they're so like they just never hit layups. They're like Angel Reese as a league. That was a layup. Just to change that to where there's not no where there's that short series. I mean, I meant to say 5, 5, 5, whatever. But you got to get rid of that short series at the beginning.
I know that's why I brought up the question. I hate this. I hate like, series.
Yeah, I meant 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I meant to say 5, 5, 5. That short series is horrible. Like you play 40, somebody's gonna play 44 games, and then like last year, Caitlin gets poked in the eye and your season's over.
I'm flabbergasted. They went from 5 to 7 in the finals and left the first round 3. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. I would have gone 5, 5, 7 or 5, 5, 5. But it makes no sense if you're trying to determine the best team. You're trying to determine a series, and if you can eliminate in one round or the other, what's the difference? It's still
and the fact that the first 2 games is at the
well, they changed that. It's going to be 1-1-1 now.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
It's still stupid. 3 games.
Yes, I was saying first 2 games are to the teams. That's not fair. Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Nice.
So they're already talking about expanding to 18 teams, and for some strange reason, they're going to put 2 teams in next year. No teams the following year, and 1 team the year after that. So my first question is, how stupid is it to have 2 teams next year and none the year after? And then isn't 18 too quickly? But they'd say 2030. Or let me know what your feelings are about the expansion plan they have. Anybody jump in?
I think it's fine. I think it's. And like I said, you got sophomore. Did you see the sophomore class of the college basketball is crazy. All those players, sophomore and freshman. That's 2 years. In 2 years, they're going to be able to draft. I wish I was an expansion team in 2 years with the crop of players coming out as sophomores. You got so many coming out.
Juju. They're so talented, Rob. Why they miss so many layups? It doesn't seem like there's enough talent right now.
In college basketball?
No, and just in general, why do they miss so many layups if there's so much talent out there?
No, college. I don't see too many missed layups in college basketball. Not like the WNBA.
Oh yeah, no.
WNBA
not in
doesn't
college.
focus.
Not high school, not college, not the AAU, not 12U, 13U. No, they make layup because they
Only
get coached.
WNBA.
You heard?
We can talk about that because Rob and I talked about this in a video. I think they miss a lot of layups because there's so much physicality, which in other words, their definition of physicality is what I call fouls that aren't called. And people get fouled when they go for layups. Now, the semi-miss open layups, they miss because they're thinking about getting fouled. And I think that's why they miss so many fouls, because there's no reason they should be missing this many fouls. They're supposed to be the best players in the world. It's crazy.
I told Mark it's more like a focus. I mean, the layup is the easiest shot in the game. So, I mean, we've all played basketball. When you go for a layup, you concentrate on the backboard and you go all the way through it. And and sometimes you see them. You want the contact, so you can get the 3-point play now. So I don't think because they're missing layups because they're worried about the contact, because they want that contact. It's their focus. They're not focusing in. I don't know. They do the pre-games and go through layups. I joke with Mark when I coach basketball. You miss a layup back in the day, you run a lap. That's what the coaches do to us. Miss a layup, run a lap.
And we do that right now for 10-year-olds. You not laps though. You got 5 push-ups in the back of the line.
Oh, you get in trouble for that, Rob said. No.
Nowadays.
Mark, can I send you a graphic that explain that for you?
You can send it.
Can I share my screen? Can I share my screen?
Send me an email.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah. I don't know how to do it. You want me? Do I have to do something for you to do that?
For some reason, it won't let me enlarge. My computer screen, my touch is messed up. But anyway, I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you. But basically, what it's saying is that men have 3 times as much hand-eye coordination as females. So like,
whoa. Well, 3 times?
Wait, Mark, let him finish.
Okay, I'm just saying. I want to make sure I heard him right. 3 times? Go ahead.
Yeah, they test the mean score eye-hand coordination between male and female players. Is male players have 24.10 on their little scale that these scientists did multiple tests with multiple people, and women have 11.10. So it's like we have over 3 times as much hand-eye coordination as women. And I think that has something to do with the layup, because they smoke a lot of open layups even when nobody's near them, and the good players smoke layups. In the
my question is that to defeat that. Now, when they did this survey, did they just have women driving for a layup without anybody guarding them, or were they?
No, they use different tests. Like, they don't use layups. They use like hand-eye coordination tests. Like, it's the stuff that they use.
Okay, let me ask you. Hold on. But see, this is where I gotta push back on that act, because we know I got little girls. We watched the girls do this. Angel Reese didn't look that bad at LSU when it came to layups. You know why? Because she had to practice 4 hours every day with Kim Mulkey. She was getting held accountable. These girls in college, high school, AAU, travel ball, all of that, they practice relentlessly and have coaches on their tail. They make layups. Yeah. They make more layups in college, like Rob said, in NCAA. You don't see this many smoked layups as you do in the WNBA, and it ain't because of physicality. You heard Angel Reese also say in the podcast, I got to the WNBA and practice and seen they was just walking through stuff and people not taking it serious, and that's what's going on. That's why half the coaches got themselves fired, because now the spotlight is on the league and they're saying, this got to be a better product, so we need better coaches.
If I had a coach and I'm at practice and they're doing a layup drill, and I see like 5 or 6 of them, like this, like you said, just going through the motions. I call a time. I go, hold up. You got to make the layup. If you don't make the layup on the line, we're doing liners. We'll do some liners here, because it's the easiest shot when you're first starting basketball. You're not shooting 3-pointers when you're 5 or 6 years old. You're close to the basket and you're shooting off the backboard, and then you back up a little and then you shoot that. And then you learn layups. So
My
I mean, you've
son
been
was
doing this
doing
since
left
you were
hand,
like
right
5 or
hand
6
layup.
years old.
6
Come
years
on.
old.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but
Efficiently.
I think that
I
lot
maintain my two reasons for why they're missing lips. They also don't put the work in. I think they should. I don't think they work as hard. I don't think they play as many hours of basketball as men do in their life, except for Caitlin Clark, and that's why they're not missing something so easy. I don't think it's just coordination. But anyways, this guy put his money where his mouth is, and he said, "Will the Fever be a running team overall, or just sometimes?" I guess is what he.
Thank you for the donation, ML. The other one too.
Yeah, thank you for the donation. So,
Jay,
anybody want to answer that?
I'll do a video on the hand-eye coordination later. But as far as the Fever, what did the guy just say?
Will it be a running team overall or just sometimes?
I think they got a Aaliyah Boston problem. So you're gonna have to
I don't see it as a
get
problem.
her involved certain ways, and the only way she can really get involved in the offense is the half court. So like it's gonna be like juggling. It's gonna be like, okay, let's just say they first 4 games of Aaliyah Boston averaging 8 points a game. Then it's what's wrong with Leah? Every press conference to Stephanie White. Well, we're gonna get her involved. The Leah gonna get more involved. We're gonna leave me alone involved. So then they're gonna have to try to get Leah involved. The only way to get Leah involved is to slow it down and dump it into her and let her do her Kareem Abdul-Jabbar bullshit. And then you know what I'm saying? That's gonna slow them down. And then they're gonna realize, hey man, we're gonna take Leah out. They're gonna have a Leah Boston problem this year. So I think that if they can figure that out, they can be a running team. If they don't figure that out, they'll probably be a running team most of the time, but not all the time.
With Aaliyah Boston, though, what you can do, you can still run the ball, but you can have that. Like you see a lot of teams do. They do it's a fast break, but it's a controlled fast break where you have the trailer on fast breaks. You always have a trailer. So
she's not good at that, Rob. She's not. You talking about the secondary break where, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you give it to her coming down the middle, with a head full of steam, she's gonna fall down or trip up or triple up her foot or something.
Well, that's what I said. She's gonna have to. I mean, with her, she played for South Carolina. You know, they kind of ran a little, but I mean, she's gonna have to learn. She's gonna have to learn with the fast break, and she can just have to go down the middle. She can trail on the side. They can stop, and then she comes down and post up, and then they can give her the ball. But you're right, though. With her in there,
and come set that screen too. When she comes down, come to set that screen at the top, just to get whatever action they going through. You know what I mean? Like that's what if I was the coach.
Right.
You don't come down, don't look for the ball. Come down and look for the screen. Okay, who you need to go screen for? Even if it's off ball screen, go find Caitlin if she don't got the ball and go set screen for her so she can come off of that and get it out.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? But what I see with AB, man, they're a running gun team. Yeah, they're gonna be a running gun team, and I think AB, they're gonna have an excuse for AB now having 8 points because it's for sure known that she's not a better scorer than Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner, Chelsea Mitchell, or Caitlin Clark. So in that lineup, it's not gonna be a question of who's 1 option, 2 option, 3 option, 4 option, 5th option. So I think it's going to be kind of understandable that she got to rebound the ball. Once she outlet it, she's the trailer. Them girls is gone. They gone and about their business. She come down and set the pick for being a trailer because she's not going to stop and pop it 3.
Exactly.
So that's if we're going to see what's there. That's why I say the jury out of Stephanie White. You can't give me no team like this. We're not losing.
Yeah.
I don't think Leah Boston's as much of a problem as you guys think she is. I saw it after
the Olympics. Rob, she starts. She's a starter. You act like she's a reserve.
I said I don't unless she's at the top of the key when the shot is taken. She's not the one that has to run down the court, and she's only going to be in there. I don't think she's going to play as many minutes as she did last year. They have a lot more depth. And I saw after the Olympic break, she made some nice breaks towards the basket where she got the fast break from Caitlin Clark once she lost weight and got in shape. That's the problem. She needs to be.
That's what I want to ask the Pope. How does she look now in Unrivaled? Playing basketball right this
second. What are you mean?
Months before the season.
She is terrible. ball.
That's my point. That's my point.
We need to trade her fast. Listen, but we need
to
trade her.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying,
She
man.
has a new coach and 2 new veterans to help her out, though.
But true, we can listen.
It's 3 people.
Kind of hide her. I didn't like to see that she didn't show up in that Iowa versus South Carolina game. You know, she froze. I think she only had like 4 points or something.
Yeah,
in that game.
she was horrible.
She was horrible. They had a Monstar team, and she the only one that do her part, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Have another donut. Have another donut.
She don't do her part when we need her to do her part.
She's not going to have the numbers that she had her first 2 years because there's too much talent on this team. That doesn't mean she's going to play poorly. That's a different concept.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's going to have to get with the program. Because the minutes are going to be shorter now. Like you said, AK, she's a starter, but she might not get the rest of those minutes. She got
Demarius Johnson. God wills it. Demarius, please stay healthy. Demarius, if you hear me, please stay healthy because she looking so lovely. Just
I heard she lost weight. She's hit the outside shot. I heard.
Fluidity looking nice.
Well, don't forget, Aaliyah Boston was probably the second best passer on the team last year from the top of the key. She's a smart player. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So
you like some
Dig Scar podcast did a video today, and he recommended he thinks that Unrivaled's not going to make it, after a couple of years because they run out of money, and he recommend that to be a league for like the backup league for them. What's the word I'm thinking of? They have in the NBA, and
G-League.
Developmental league. He recommends turn that into a developmental league so they can get more talent developed because they're expanding, because they're going to have 16, 18 teams and they need to develop more talent. And the best way to do this is for young players to play in a lesser league for a couple of years and then get moved up to the WNBA. What do you guys think of that idea?
Yeah, go to G League. Go to a G League type thing, for the. I mean, like I said, someone overseas and played basketball to get better. Yeah, like Kelsey Mitchell went overseas, which I wish they didn't have to do.
The WNBA needs to outsource as much stuff as they can. They don't need to try to operate another league. Mm-hmm. They having enough trouble operating the damn WNBA. So they let other countries be their G League. The other countries can be their G League like they've been their G League for the whole time. The league. They don't need to try to operate anything else. They are horrible at operating this one league. They need to focus on that. Everything need to be focused on the WNBA. That would be, you talk about expansion. That would be expanded. That would be crazy expansion. Operating another whole league underneath your league.
So my question, AK. So how can we solve this WNBA talent problem? How can we make them get better when the season's over?
For that too.
Go ahead, because I mean, I don't think that you really can. The talent is the talent. It is what it is. What I would say is I would send a memo out to the coaches, say, let the young girls play. I say we're trying to build the league. We want the people at home to see people on the court that they know. No one knows these old broads. Everybody started watching in 2023. We only know these young broads.
We're not use broads and girls. Just use women. Just use women.
When the new players come in the league, let them play. I would say if I was the commissioner, I would send a memo to all the coaches, say, let the young players play.
Well, you know what?
Nobody knows.
There's no men here, but there's women in the audience, so you should use.
AK, I'm a coach. I'll be a coach for the WNBA.
What's that?
AK, I'm a coach. I'll be a coach for the WNBA. You send me a memo saying that, I'm gonna say I'm sorry. Bottom line, I want to win. These young kids, if you ain't got it, that's too bad. I'll put you in there, but my job is to win. Otherwise, I'll be out the door. Yeah, but I ain't putting no young kids in there if they ain't gonna win.
So the thing is, this is what'll fix it. So while they negotiating for the new bargain agreement, all this type of stuff, more money, this is how I'm gonna give you a little bit more money. You can make more money by in the off season, you in this gym working out with our player development coach, certain many hours, however you put that in their contracts. Just like the NBA, the NFL, they have off season, they make millions of dollars to show up at the facility for so many hours during the off season to make sure they players is staying where they need them to be. And that's what you need to do with these women. Give them a little more money, incentives, incentivize their contract to where, hey, you can get you an extra 100,000 if you show up this many hours during the off season.
I mean, I like that, DePaul, but see, that's what drives me nuts, though. Why do I have to motivate somebody to play basketball? I would love to be a pro basketball player. You're a pro basketball player. Why do I have to motivate you?
It's really not motivation. It's because when you give people rich money that's more than you're making more than 10%. What 10%? They're not making that over 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. So when you have a league and you're trying to make a lot of money like this, when you handing out that much money like the NBA, NFL, you want to make sure them dudes is still staying in the gym, still staying, because sometimes people can get above themselves. Sometimes they can lose the love for it. They start to splurge. They start doing other things. And you just to make sure that they not getting into too much stuff during the off season, being more, seen, known, all that type of stuff. You want to be able to keep your eyes on your
the prize,
investments.
Right. The prize. But to me, basketball's the easiest game. You can do it by yourself. That's what I did. You can go out anywhere and play basketball. It's not like football or baseball or football. You're gonna have somebody to interact with you. Basketball, you just get the ball, go out there and work on your game. Work on your foul shots. Work on your layups that you can't make.
But it's also because you're not the only one that's incentivized, right? So if you have a lot of your teammates in the gym, new ones, trades, just like how Sophie and them all just came, got signed, introduced, and they immediately in the gym with the player development coach, and that's on their own will. But I'm just saying, if you have that more in the sport, and that's what they have to do, and they start, oh hey Kelsey, oh yeah, hey, and they get games together, and they start developing that chemistry well before training camp. That all is good for the product of the game. The other girls should be doing that instead of messing off and unrivaled.
That should be Boston. Then Boston should be doing that, grabbing some of her players and going out there, running up and down the court.
Well, she's playing in the league, Rob. She's playing in the unrivaled league. She got girls to play with every day. Talk about that.
I don't even think they playing for real.
You call that playing? Yeah, she's playing all right.
Okay, I have a next question. Now, I'm assuming they're eventually going to make a little bit of profit for three reasons. One, Caitlin Clark. Two, they're getting these extraordinary fees for the expansion fees, like $250 million, which seems like a lot. If they're only losing $50 million, that seems like they make a profit. And so I think they're going to do that. They're going to be able to make some money. And I think the league is growing on its own. And the television contract starts this year, and it's like 4 times higher than it was before. So I'm going to assume they're going to make a little bit of money. My suggestion to them is forget about the unrivaled league. Is just do a 60-game schedule. And I came up.
No.
God,
there's no listen.
The NBA plays 82.
Mark.
If they're making money, they don't have to play in a second.
Mark.
That they only go last season.
Mark.
Too long.
In the brain.
Have you noticed this? Have you noticed this, Mark? Have you noticed that in tennis, the men play 5 sets, the women play 3 sets? If you want to get the most out of a woman, you got to get it in a shorter time.
That's not what they started. They just wanted to play when
those women are all gonna be broken down.
They'll be.
They're not
Mark. More games than what they're gonna play here.
No.
The men play 82.
No,
Mark. They're men, Mark.
Those are men. No, these are women.
Yeah.
I actually came up with 2 time periods where their playoffs don't compete with any of the other playoffs at all in either sports.
Mark, why do you think the hurdles for men are up here and the hurdles for women are down here? Every sport, the women, it's less. The women's boxing are 2-minute rounds. Did you know that? Men's boxing, what are men's boxing? How many minutes of the rounds?
I think it's 3.
Yeah. Women's boxing is 2-minute rounds.
So that's like, a third. Big. I'm like, it's a quarter. It's not much
but
different.
All the you don't notice that throughout all your life. You never noticed that the women's are shorter times and less games and all. It's a reason.
40-minute games, just like the men.
Mark. Their bodies will break down.
So Mark. So if they play,
you guys don't realize they're playing playing off season another 30, 40 games. They're already playing that many games. What you guys aren't thinking logically. They're already playing more games.
Logically,
I'm giving them an option to play fewer games. What are your brains? Seriously.
Where's your brain? Mark, so they're gonna play 60 games.
60 games total. They don't have an off season now because you're making more money. They're playing 60 games.
Calm down. Calm down. They're gonna play. So they're gonna play 60 games.
You're telling me I have a dumb idea when you're gonna want them to play 2 seasons instead of 1. And that's more games.
Yeah, going to China and Kennedy Carter sleepwalking, averaging 30 points a game on those Chinese girls. She's not really like playing ball. Like when they go overseas, they dominate. It's kind of like a tour.
They're still playing.
AK, true story. When I lived in Taiwan, I went over and I went out to a little place where they play basketball. They saw me. They're like, "Oh, Michael Jordan," and so they wanted to play against me. And I was still, I was in my 50s when I was in Taiwan, so I'm still not that good, but I could still play. But they wanted to play me, and then one guy's, "Oh, you and me, 1-on-1." I'm like, I'm 50-something, but I can still.
Think because they're dominating, there's no wear and tear on their body, even though they're going to practices, they're playing 40 minutes or 35 minutes.
No, I got you. But the level of play, the intensity in the WNBA is for 60 games, and also not. Let's take the physicality side of it, the physical part. There's not enough appetite. Okay, so
that's the part. There we go.
Yeah. You gotta make it short and sweet. You got to make it short and sweet. That would be kind of like taking a movie, a really good movie that's an hour and a half, and making it 3 hours.
That's what they do. That's what the editors do when they make the movies. They edit. They can't. They don't do the full movie.
Stuff for no reason. Yeah, we don't need 60 just for that right there. We don't need 60 games of
16 teams.
We're gonna have 60 games of blue picks. You got to remember, everybody not the Fever and Caitlin Clark.
Tina says, guys, stop. We birth children. That's right. See, so in that period of those 60 games,
they don't have kids during the year. There's an off season. I'm giving them an off season now. They don't have to play overseas anymore. You guys, they play 30, 40 games over there. So they're playing 70, 80 games right now. And so I'm giving them 60 games and they don't have an off season because I think they're going to start making money and their salaries are going to go up.
I would incentivize themselves to have themselves in the gym, just like you see all the Fever players. As soon as they sign up and they put that in their contracts, you need to have these many hours during the off season. We got to make sure you staying right. We've been going to invest. Y'all want bigger contracts.
Here's the problem. If you only play 50 games, you're going to make less money. Now you have to have an off season.
We can't have you looking like Angel Reese.
60 games, you'll make more money, so you can afford to pay them more, so they don't have to play off season. 50 games won't be as much money.
Mark, if they're broken down and the players are tired, and they put out your job as a WNBA is to put out a product. So if you put 60 games out there, and then your product gets down to like 50 or 55 games, and they're just like I said, they don't even make layups right now. They can't make layups right now. Just think after 60 games. That's
another reason, Rob.
What was Asia Wilson crying about last year? What was she whining about? She was tired.
Tired, boss. She said, "I'm tired, boss."
They're still chicks, man. They're still chicks. Can I say that? Chicks. They're still chicks.
They're still chicks.
You know what I'm saying?
Rebecca said you can do broads, so that was cool.
At the end of the day, Mark, the demand, you should know about economy. I know you're a lawyer. You had to take an economy class. Like the demand is right now. They have a decent demand. They need to tap out whatever this model is on the demand before they add 15 more games to every team's season, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't say overnight. I said when they get 16 teams, which is going to be in 3.
No, when you get 16 teams,
it's Harvard's schedule.
It'll be better because you got to have you don't have to play the same teams every night. I think 16 teams is where they should stop. But
I think they should stop at 18 too.
The only reason I'm not gonna cry about going to 18 is because they're doing it slowly.
Right,
they're not doing it slowly.
They're not. They're
doing 2 next year, which is stupid.
Well, they're doing this. They're doing it slowly, but like I said, in the next 2 years, in 3 years, they're going to have a good crop of players coming in. So with the expansion, they're going to have some players coming in. I mean, the sophomore players right now, I think some of them are better than the ones that are in WNBA right now. If they had the draft right now, who would you draft? So here's my question: if they had the draft right now, including the sophomores and freshmen, who do you think would be the number one draft? It would be JJ. It would be Juju Watkins, right? She'd be the number one.
Togo.
Yeah.
And Tanaya Latson.
Oh, yeah, you like her, huh? But I'm just saying. I guarantee you, there's 2 sophomores that would go over the seniors if they were allowed to go in like the pros.
For sure.
Maybe 3.
So with the expansion of 18,
Juju
so
Watson.
with the expansion of 18 teams, it's not going to dilute the talent. The talent's coming in right now. The talent's stable. The talent is coming. It's coming in.
Yeah, it's coming in.
I think they're moving towards 16 teams and 60 games, and I have two ways they could do that. Just so you know, I figured it out. I looked at when the playoffs are and all the other sports, and they could go from June 20th to December 18th or October 17th to April 18th. They could do either one of those, and that works out for them. So we'll discuss this again on Monday with other guests.
Hey, Rob, did Mark let you hear CC22 yet?
Pardon me?
Oh yeah, I have to go up and I have to go. He's going to make me jump on the train and go get my T-shirt. He can't FedEx it to me or mail it to me.
His feet are always hurt. He's always got his feet hurt.
Sorry, that was my daughter, man. My daughter calling me, man.
All right, thanks for showing. I'll see you Monday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Straight up, man. Definitely, man. I'm gonna do a video on that hand-eye coordination to prove to you guys that women they just don't have enough.
Send me an email. You want to promote your channel before you go?
We're not gonna blame it on that.
AK,
you got a daughter that just called you. If you take your daughter to the gym right now, 5-10 days out the week,
before we
working on layups, she gonna have it, sir. She gonna have it down.
That's right.
Left
all
and
the way
right.
through it. All the way through it.
Those are ABCs, 1, 2, 3.
You have a minute and a half.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me play this then. It's a minute and a half long. It's one of them's amazing. So, anyways, let's see. Here we go. Is that on? Okay.
Yeah, it's on.
She has been magnificent.
Who's guarding
There's
me?
4 of them coming up. Don't worry. This is in one game with all in the fourth quarter.
Right here.
It all happened within 3 or 4 minutes.
Grandmama in them house. First time she pull up from the front to
since it was 27-18
in the
What Iowa was able to do to kind of inch closer and closer.
Hold on. Why we got highlights of other people scoring?
I know.
So we was here for Caitlin Clark.
That's right, Caitlin Clark. There you go. She say, who's guarding me? Who's guarding me?
Watch right here. Hey,
Who's guarding?
I know you're a big fan of Caitlin Clark. How about that one?
She hit like 4 in a row.
We didn't get that last year for some reason.
I know.
We didn't get a lot of that.
Well, because the chains were on her, man. She would let her shoot. That's good.
She drills another triple. Iowa is not out of it yet.
This is all in the fourth quarter. This isn't like
continue to
the game.
The history books. And we have been treated
that back
both of y'all.
Week time.
Both of y'all. Yeah, both of y'all. Both of y'all.
Slicing and dicing.
Both
the legs with you.
face.
Low pass. Hesitation.
Right on.
Go through real smoothly.
Oh, and knocks it through.
Nice.
Look at this. Right in between 2 defenders in her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hayden be shooting, cocking her leg up and everything. She cold.
Down 8.
Yeah.
That was great, right?
Yeah, that was she's the best college basketball player we've ever seen, period. I'm out, man.
Peace
out. Good to see you, man. I'm about to get on up out of here too, man.
What does Caitlin do besides shoot threes, though? I don't know what she doesn't do anything besides shoot threes. That's all she brings to the table.
Yeah, she brings a whole lot. Hey, I'm gonna
brings
get
a
out of
whole
here too,
thing.
gentlemen. It was fun wrapping it
Oh,
up
hey,
with you,
DePaul.
Mark.
Great
next
comments,
Thursday,
man.
good for you.
Let's do this again. Let's do it
Yes,
again, man.
indeed.
DePaul.
Get your daughter with those layups, man.
Yeah, gotta get him with the layups, man. That's easy stuff, man. I hope Ag don't waste his time trying to figure that out.
Next
Oh,
Thursday, are you on for next Thursday?
Next Thursday. This
All right,
was
Rob will
fun.
be here too. Okay.
Cool bet.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
All right,
Take
Chad.
care, man.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care. All right. See you later. All right, Rob. We'll finish the live show. We'll go another like 7 o'clock, and then we'll call it a night. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Rob, you get to ask the questions now. So you got like 100 questions ready, don't you?
Oh, questions? No, not really. Just comments. I'm looking at the.
I'm going to ask that question again with the different. Well, Ack will be there Monday, but with the two women and see what they think about the 60-game season.
What's up, Vadim? Good to see all you guys. Japan. Let me quickly. Japan was great. I had a good time there. For,
great.
Everybody. Food was great. Got me a Godzilla shirt. Everything is good.
Oh yeah, like let me get my T-shirt. I got my T-shirt.
And, food was great. You guys should get to Japan. You really would like it. It was good times. I missed you guys. I missed being hanging out with you guys. But yeah, you got to get to Japan. They got some good basketball there too.
I got my T-shirt. Delusional C22 fan. So, what's it? Adrian Ross did one on the about the supposed record that Caitlin Clark, Juju broke the record of Caitlin Clark, which wasn't even a record. It was Kelsey Mitchell's. There was an article, and in the article, one of the articles that she pulled up, they didn't even mention Kelsey Mitchell, and she holds the record. So I thought that part was hilarious.
They messed up on that. It's like, wait a minute, you got the wrong person. Yeah.
And I think it was funny that Atlanta said, "Oh, we had a scheduling
jet lag. Yeah, I'm jet lagged. No, I'm okay now."
Okay. All right. If you got any questions, $sign always helps. But let me see. I'll look at what's in the trap. In this. I know it wasn't even a record. It's hilarious. So they moved the game. They moved the game in Atlanta, and they pretended there was a scheduling conflict. Last year, they moved it twice. There was just happened to be a scheduling conflict those two times too. And then someone said they looked it up, and there's nothing booked in the arena. I don't know how they found that out, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
they just made that up.
Oh, let's see. Flying there, we flew out of New York, so it was direct flight, 14 hours to New York, and then on the way back was 12 hours to New York. I flew our premium economy though. No, I'm gonna do business next time.
And there's an hour-long Cheryl Miller interview on, I forget the name of their channel. It's with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. So that some of the excerpts were on Ken Swift. Shout out to Ken Swift, great X column that he does on Caitlin Clark. And they showed the excerpts from her Cheryl Miller talking about Caitlin Clark. They're like a minute long. If you want, I'll play them. They're only like a minute long. You guys interested in hearing those? Rob, you interested in hearing them?
And then who?
Cheryl Miller talk about Caitlin Clark. She actually said her defense was better than she thought it was. So,
this is when she was coaching it for the All-Star game.
Yeah, they're only a minute long. I have to pull them up on Ken Swift. Hang on. They're each excerpt. Ken Swift has them taken out. Had a minute long. So let me just see, and we can talk about that.
Hey, Retro, I saw you had 32 hours labor and you had a C-section. My hat's off to you. Literally, my hat's off to you.
Let's see.
DC Comics suck. Sorry.
What'd you say?
They're talking about DC Comics. Aquaman. What does Aquaman do? What does he do? What is that?
What does he do?
He talks to fish. Yeah, that's about it.
Dummies.
Some of your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of
You
hard,
know,
right?
and I used and Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes.
Yeah.
But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time,
that same
sometimes
work.
maybe more than you were.
Right.
I can't fault her for what she was given. But look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for her to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody
to do
now
with
has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat. So that's the only thing. And thank God I don't listen to I don't follow social media, and I could really care less because I've been delivered from being a people pleaser and what you.
So
Yeah,
the first,
she's good.
I like what you said, except for the part that she was given something. I'm not sure what she was given. She was given a lot of attention, but she wasn't given anything. A lot was taken away from her by all the obstacles she had this year. So I'm not sure where she's
But
going.
she did mention it. She mentioned the point that that you were saying that you kind of going against, that women don't put the time in. Caitlin Clark, besides Caitlin Clark, she put the time in. That's why she's better, and she's still putting the time in.
Oh, I know. I like the inference that she made. She doesn't know for sure, so she just kind of hinted at it. That's probably why she's so good. Is because she probably put more time in. She hinted at that without coming out and saying it, because she's not in the gym following these people around all day, so she's just making an assumption, which I've made myself. I think Caitlin Clark has probably put more hours in her lifetime per year that she's been on the planet than any of those women in the league, and I think that's one of the reasons she's better and going to be the best player in the league. But here's the other one. The other one's only a minute long too, so I guess I'll play that one too.
I flew out Japan Airlines. It was very nice. Japan Airlines is nice. Yeah, Bobby, you're right. People are nice.
Green Bay All-Star game. You spent some time with Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job
Best coaching job ever.
Being around Caitlin Clark, how was the experience for her? She's such a big star. I mean, the sky's the limit for her. To be around her, just talk about the type of person she is and how much she loves the game.
I'm going to be honest because it needs to be said. I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her. I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a Black woman and hated because of my color.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth.
Right.
And Angel and her got along so well, and watching them practice. And just get it. And Caitlin's like, just fly, and watching her pass. And I didn't know how talented she was and how well she sees the game in a 3D version. Thinker, defensively a lot better than I thought and gave her credit for. So watching her
defensively a lot better than I thought. That's interesting. And Shira Miller, if you don't know, Shira Miller was a very good defender. In fact, she really didn't have any weaknesses to her game. She was a great all-around player. The only thing that she didn't do as well as Caitlin Clark is pass and make her teammates better like Caitlin Clark did. But she was a great jump shooter, and if they had the three-point shot at the time, she would have been great at that because she would have put the hours into it. And she was a great rebounder, and she was good on the fast break, and she was a good passer. She didn't have any weaknesses. She just wasn't a great passer like Caitlin Clark or great at making her teammates better. But it was, she wasn't a point guard either. She was a small forward, basically.
No. Yeah, Caitlin Clark handled the ball a lot. Which I made my point in the crossover that she's not. The coach already said that she's not going to let her have the. She's going to be off the ball a lot, which is, I think, it's great.
Yeah. So the whole interview is like an hour long, and Caitlin Clark is only for about don't talk about it like 5 or 10 minutes. Then she talked about Juju, and she kind of, drooled a little bit over Juju, saying she's the whole package, which I don't agree with. But she's from USC. She's a little biased towards Juju. So, but she said something there I didn't also agree with, but I forget what it was. I have to play it over again, but I don't want to play it over again. So anyway, it was a good interview with her. She's a smart woman. Yeah. She knows basketball, and it was interesting that that Angel and Caitlin got along in the 1.5 practices they had or whatever. So that was fine, and that I don't know why it surprised her how smart she was. I mean, I know her defense might have surprised her, but how smart she was, I don't know why.
Well, when I first saw Caitlin Clark, like I said, certain things surprised me. Like surprised me that she could. Like I said, the first thing, of course, jumped out at me was that she could pass so well. I was like, I hear about it, but then I'm like, when she was in the WNBA and she's making those bounce passes, which is so hard to make close. That's what was really surprised me with Caitlin Clark.
I'm going to have to pull up, Rob, I'm going to have to pull up our video with the predictions that we made. We put it on like 2 or 3 videos. We actually also predicted they would make the playoffs, but wouldn't do anything in the playoffs. So Rob had said 8 rebounds. I said 6. But we pretty much got it spot on, and we weren't like Stans. We weren't like overselling her. I thought she'd make first-team All-Pro, but wouldn't be the MVP. What did she make? First-team All-Pro to make the MVP. 20, 10, and 6. 19, 6, 5, 7, and 8.4. I think all the numbers would have surpassed what we did, Rob, if she had the right coach.
Yeah. You guys leave Carla alone. Carla's my girl. Don't be messing with Carla. Let her. This guy's harassing Carla. Leave her alone. Leave her. I got your back, Carla. I got you, Carla. I got your back.
Okay. So yeah, it's on video. I didn't take the videos down, so I'd have to go look it up and find it.
No, it's okay. We don't have to show. We know what we predicted.
Well, someone challenged it. They said, "Where is it?" Like, oh. That's why we put it in the videos in the first place, because I knew people were thinking, okay, where they're going to be when we started doing a lot of Caitlin Clark videos, people were going to say, oh, these are just a bunch of Caitlin Clark fans and they're all delusional. I said, no, I'll make predictions right now to show them not delusional. We'll see how it looks at the end of the season. And like I said, it's not in a bragging sense. I'm merely saying I didn't overstate how well she was going to do in the league. I merely said she was going to be a lot better than the haters said she was going to be, is what I was trying to state. And that's why we put the predictions on the record. Because they were saying that was the most common thing I saw, Rob, that she was average. She's going to be okay. I saw that a lot. I'm talking about threads on podcasts.
So crazy. I don't know what they were talking. I don't know what people were talking about. It's so crazy.
Average. How can a 2-time be average? It's not like she was, 4'2" and she wasn't going to. Her skills weren't going to translate into WNBA. She's got a nice size for a point guard. She's got good speed. Yeah. How is it not going to translate? It just shows you they had an agenda, Rob, and it was racial. And to think they weren't going to translate, Lisa Leslie told you it was going to translate. Rebecca Lobo told you it was going to translate. Why weren't you listening? These were women that played in the WNBA.
Like Retro says.
Pardon me?
Like Retro has. Wait till she plays with the big dogs. Wait till she plays with the big dogs. Oh, okay.
Like, look at, she wasn't like a 3rd-team All-American. She was a 2-time Player of the Year. Who dragged a bunch of 3-star recruits and 1 4-star recruit who started to the national. What were they thinking?
And it's so crazy. You think that? Yeah, I know. What do you think she's going to like drop down? Like, all of a sudden when she gets there, it's going to be like, oh, okay, well that was all the smoke and mirrors. That was all fake. That's not really how it's going to happen. Are you kidding me?
That's why I'm saying we're not bragging about this. This was not a hard prediction. This was, I thought, rather obvious that she was this good. If Diana Taurasi can come in 3rd, 4th in the MVP voting her freshman year, her rookie year, so could Caitlin Clark. That's all. That's what I could see. Because Diana Taurasi came in tied for 3rd in the MVP her rookie year. but Caitlin Clark had
I
slightly
like
better numbers.
Hot Boy Cologne, he says, it took me one game to realize Chrissy Size wasn't the coach for the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark.
I saw in
That's about
preseason
right.
when she put her underneath the bus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's about right. Yeah, when I first was like, come on.
I was shocked at how bad she was, Rob. You know, and then there is an simply you guys. I never knew who this guy was, by the way, and I looked him up. Simply Ball Dropping, is that his name? Oh my God, this guy's delusional. So a video comes out, and it was an interview with Maya Moore. Did you guys let me know in the facts? Did you see the interview with Maya Moore where she talked about leadership? And she said, even Caitlin needs to be even a better leader, not a better leader, but even a better leader. And he translated that into she's not a leader. She's already saying even better leader means she's a good leader already.
Yeah, he put the word leader in it. He put the word leader in it. It's like, wait a minute, you just put the word leader in it, so she must have been a leader.
Well, she said even better. He also thought that Juju Watkins was better as a freshman than Caitlin Clark was as a senior. And he thinks that Angel Reese discovered Caitlin Clark. And he thinks Coach Christy Sides was a good coach.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
so, and he's got like 13,000 subscribers, and they're all like, you know, following him along, like, you know, not even questioning what he's saying. They just eating up the hate. Oh my God.
No, Charlie Anna Konakova, she was pretty darn popular because she was very good looking tennis player.
Yeah, she was actually good in doubles. She was actually ranked number 1 in the world in doubles, but never got ranked higher than 8th in the world in singles.
Yeah, she was good.
She never won a major, but she wasn't bad. She just wasn't great. I mean, 8th in the world's not bad. Just and number 1 in the world. I think she was number 1 in the world in doubles, if I'm not mistaken.
And to go after AK Nation about this hand and eye coordination, but with women. I mean, with the hand and eye. I mean,
3 times.
That's
more?
what I did. Yeah, that's what I did. I can juggle, so I taught myself how to juggle. So for him to say, I mean, I don't know what this survey they use people doing layups, women doing layups. That makes you think that they don't have a hand and eye coordination. There's other tests you can do, you know. And I think the women are just. I mean, I think there's sliding drills where they slide and touch the floor, slide and touch the floor. I mean, there's hand and eye coordination. You know, when you touch your nose, is that what they use too? You know.
Here's the thing, Rob. In most records in track and field and swimming, the difference between men and women is only 10% at the elite level. So that doesn't mean it's not necessarily showing coordination in track and field and swimming. I'm just showing you that the difference in the athletic ability is only 10% in that measure of athletic ability. And they also know they've done, women do really well in eye-hand coordination with pistol shooting and also rifles and stuff like that. And they actually do at least as well as men because they're more coachable, they said. But they have archery too. They're very similar in archery.
Yeah, that in archery too. When they have archery in the Olympics. And then someone just mentioned gymnastics. Come on, the women
they're not coordinated.
They're not coordinated gymnastics. Are you kidding me?
I mean, 3 times as much. That's sorry. That's
I don't see no male doing the things that that gymnastics can do. That's Simone that can do a triple flip like that. Come on.
Well, they do some of the same moves as her. She just does them better.
She looks a lot better doing it. Yeah, and she's just as powerful.
Oh yeah. So 3 times as much. I don't know. So let me know the women. I just want to know from the women down below. Is it okay? Is it okay for the men to say broad and chicks and girls when they're talking about the WNBA women? Because I corrected them because I think the women in the audience do not appreciate that. But I grew up with like women's lib era where we played ultimate frisbee and the women would always correct us when we said girls and say women. So I've been saying women since I was in my 20s.
I mean, so Luke's saying that
Tina's saying it's not really okay.
Yeah, he says that's only body control. Isn't body control part of coordination? I mean, they don't just flip; they do dance.
Yeah, that's hand-eye coordination. I don't think and
You
even
have to-
running is still coordination. It's just
when you do a flip,
not
you have to.
coordination.
It's hand and eye, because when you do a flip, you can't just do a flip. You have to have the landing spot. So when you're looking down,
Right.
if you don't land that spot, you can break your neck or break your leg. So that is
Dogs.
hand and eye coordination.
Yeah, Bob said you can call them dogs. You just can't call them chicks or broads because they like that term. Rebecca says it's okay,
Yeah, Rebecca said it was okay.
but Tina says not really.
Yeah.
Retro hairstylist isn't giving us an answer. She just said broad.
Right.
Broad
Right, Michael. Body control is coordination, but that's what I'm saying with
is pretty old.
Juke. He's
Broad
saying
and
that,
cheeks are pretty old.
that's not hand and eye.
I know. What century is broads is even older than chicks?
I know broads. I mean, I know broads. Like,
They
where's he
stopped
coming
saying
from?
that. They stopped saying that in the 70s. That was the last time I heard broads. And they haven't even said
Yeah,
chicks.
I agree with you,
People
Retro.
still use chicks sometimes, but they don't use broads anymore.
Well, I agree with you, Retro. I grew up with 3 sisters and a mom, so I didn't use the B word around them at all. I never used the B word. I don't like that word either.
How about birds? We're not in England. Birds, if they use it in England, they use birds.
Archie Bunker slang, yeah. Archie Bunker slang, the old Archie Bunker, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just trying to respect the women because it seems like the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, like I said, you're like me, Mark. You grew up with you had sister. I had 3 sisters, and a mom. So
I learned it in ultimate frisbee, Rob. We used to practice with the women when we didn't have enough men, and we said girls, and they corrected us and said men, and they were right because they weren't calling us boys. So
right,
I got conditioned to say it. If they're over 18, I just don't even take any chances. I say women. Then no one can say anything to me.
Women.
The last I know, a 19-year-old never complained. I called her a young woman. Last I know, they can't complain. I just think
lassies, yeah. Oh yeah, lassies. Oh, what was that? Dog, lass.
Yeah. So, anyways, lassies. I don't know. I'll ask the 2 women on Monday what they think.
Well, luckily, you're not there in front of them.
I don't think Adrian would be okay with the terms, but that's just my guess. I don't know about Rosalina Lee. I'm not sure. So
I don't know. I when I was coaching Mark in high school, and there's a song called, B word, better have my money, and they were cranking it up. And then I walked over to these girls and I go, young women or young girls in school. I go, doesn't that bother you? They go, nah, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, you don't mind? So you don't mind some guy calling you that? Or what I heard it, and I heard one of my players called the other player the B word, and I stopped practice. I go, excuse me, do you have a mom? I said, yes. What if I walked up to her and called her that? Oh, I said, well, don't use that word in my gym.
that's a good point, Rob. You wouldn't use it around your mother. Don't use it in the gym.
Yeah. I'm
going to write that rule down. If you wouldn't use it around your mother, you don't use it in the gym.
Well, I mean, if I called his mother that, he'd be ready to fight me, right? So
I'm not. It's a fair analogy, Rob. So especially since you're in a setting with other people, you're not like 2 people smoking a joint by the beach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do it outside.
Not that I would ever do that.
That's why I told him, leave that stuff outside the gym. Be cool. I was pretty, tight with that.
Adrian's a New York chick. She definitely wouldn't care. Okay.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
She's really
she might knock you out if she's from New York.
Well, I'll let Adrian decide. But I always say women on their show on Monday nights anyways. So we'll see. I'll let them decide. Either way, I think we should say women, but there's no reason not to. It's easy. That's what they are. Unless they're over 60, then they want to be called girls again. It makes them feel younger.
Well, that's like being proof now. They go, oh, I'm like, no, I don't want to be proofed. I'm 2,000 years old. Here's just give me my beer, okay? I don't need to be ID'd.
Kara said, please ask the panel on Monday. I'm interested in the responses. I'm going to ask them.
Yeah.
If I remember. Someone remind me in case I forget. So, anyways, I heard some questions.
That's a Gals. Gals was an old one. Gals
Gals is okay. Gals signifies an adult. Gals are okay.
Yeah.
Gals doesn't. Girls signifies on someone under 18. So that's just the way it is. My question is, do you guys like 3 people on the panel or 2? So there's 113 people listening right now. If I could get some answers, that would be nice. We're probably going to mix it up. Maybe some people can't make it. I'm going to end up with 2. But you guys like 3 or 2 people on the panel?
Oh, Charlie, I mean, some of the restaurants down here in Virginia are at most, well, at least where I work, at the grocery store I work for, Wegmans, we proof everybody. That way it's equal. So you don't sit there. So everybody gets proofed.
Yeah, Wegmans, you got to show ID if you're 106.
Yeah.
3
Well, they get Social Security checks though, Mark. So
3 people meaning 4 people total because I'm considered the host and not on the panel. So the question is either 3 or 2. So we got a 3. No, not 3 to 4. It's going to be 4 would be 5 people. So it's either 3 or 2. That's the only answer you should be giving.
Oh, 4 total. Yeah, 4 total.
4 total. But that's confusing if you tell me total. I just want to know panel people. Forget me. So your answer should either be 3 or 2. Because otherwise it's confusing because some people might include the host and some might not.
Ranger, they're going to blow out the sky in the first game. They're going to blow the sky out in the first game.
It looks like a lot of people are saying 3. Some people have made comments on our videos. They like it better with 2. I'll do both probably. I'll probably try to have 3 more often. And then if someone can't make it, then I won't worry about it.
Thanks, Vadim.
Oh, when we're both on, there'll only be 2 other people. There'll never be more than 4, and there'll never be fewer than 3. So, yeah. Rob's going to be on, next Thursday, you said, right? You're off next Thursday?
Yeah.
And Monday, the 24th?
Yeah, 24th.
24th? So Rob will be on 2 of the next 3 shows. And you won't be on this Monday coming up, though. It looks like we're going to have Adrienne Ross for the first 45 minutes. I think she's got to go to, I guess there's a playoff game in Unrivaled. She's got to do the stream. Rosalana Lee is coming back. And I think Ack's going to be there Monday. So that's our panel on Monday. Next Thursday, it'll be Rob and Frank DePope again and somebody else. Or maybe just the 2 of them. Who knows? We'll see. Let's see what's come back.
All right, y'all. Let's just go get something to eat.
Oh, Rob wants to get something to eat? Okay.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Rob's retiring for the night.
I've been up since 6, running around all day.
So please support the channel. Share it with your family and friends. Tell everybody and spread the word about Monday night at 6. Thursdays at 5:30. And, check out our new videos. We have some new videos tomorrow. And
it's good to see everybody. I miss you guys.
Feel free to donate to the channel.
I want to thank everybody for watching our channel. We really appreciate that. At least it's great.
Sorry for
appreciate
it. Feel free to donate to the channel with super chats and super thanks. And so we'll be here Monday at 5:55. We're starting the live show at 5:55 on Monday.
Gaza.
And it'll probably go to 8:30. So something happened in the chats on last one, Rob. The chats were like you could see the chats during the stream, but they weren't able to read afterwards. I don't know what happened.
It was up to 140 something.
No, I'm saying the things that people say in the chat, you could see them when we were during the stream on Monday, and then you couldn't read them afterwards. I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything differently. It could have been StreamYard. All I know is the chat wasn't available because they said your chat's not available. I go, really? I didn't do anything different.
All right, you guys. Take care.
Anyways, all right. So that's what happened if you can't read the chat on Monday. I have no idea why that happened. All right.
Take care, everyone.
See you Monday. Have a nice night.
All right. Later.